Good morning friends. I am Jasmine, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science, Amal College of Advanced Studies. Today we have discussed about SQL clauses and joins, structured query, language, clauses and joins. First we discuss the clauses. Clauses is nothing but it helps to retrieve a set of or bunch of data from a table based on some specific conditions. Based on some specific condition, we can retrieve the data from a table. From a huge table, there is more than thousands of lines and thousands of records. If we want something special from that table, we can use the clauses. For this purpose, SQL provides basically 4 types of clauses. First one is where clause, then group by clause, having clause and order by clause. First we discuss the where clause. Where clause is mainly used with the query, select query. Select query is a data manipulation language query. We use where clause with select query for specifying a specific conditions. Based on that condition, we can select the data from the table. On that specific condition, we can select all the data and display this data and use this data for further usage. The general syntax of where clause is select the name of the column 1, the name of the column 2, etc. up to V1, then from table name where condition. Here the select statement, select the column names and from where we can select the data, that specify the name of the table, then we can use the where clause here. Where clause specify the conditions about that particular output. So we can use a small table. This is a book table. Using this table, we can use how to implement where clause inside a SQL query. Here a table which contain book ID, book name, price, number of pages, category ID and language. Based on this table, we can specify how to use the where clause. If we want to display only the book name, category ID and language of a particular books, if the table contain more than 5 more data, but we want to display only the book name and the number of pages and the category ID, we can use the where clause here. So we use the query like this: select book name, price and language from the table books where category ID is greater than 1. It displays the name of the books, the price of the book and the language of the book. The book have a special criteria, that is the category ID of the book is greater than 1. From our base table, book table, first we check the category ID. Here these 4 books, that is conceptual physics, health nursing, networking and human anatomy. These 4 books have the category number greater than 1. So we want to display only the details of these 4 books in our output. So we can use the where clause here and select the particular data based on that category ID using where clause in the output. So the output of the query is like this: display only the book name, price and language of the book that have the category IDs greater than 1. Here the health nursing book and the networking, human anatomy and conceptual physics, these 4 books have the category number greater than 1. So the price and book name and language of these books are displayed here. In another example, we write a query: select price, number of pages. We want to display only the price and number of pages from the table. In our table we have more than 5 columns, but we want to display only the price and the number of pages from that book table. And also we have some specific conditions. We want the details of the book that has the name networking. We want to display only the details of the book named networking. So we use the where clause here and display the details. Here select price, number of pages from books. Here we want to display the price and the number of pages from the table books that has the criteria that we inserted here the where clause where book name is equal to networking. So in our base table, book table, we first check the book name is equal to networking. Here the book name is equal to networking and we just display the price 300. So the output is price and the number of page. The first name of the book is networking. The price of the book is 300 and the number of pages is 100. So from that big table we can display only the particular part of that table using the where clause. So our first clause is where clause, that is used to display a particular data from a table with given conditions. Next clause is SQL order by clause. As the name like order by clause. Order by clause is used to display the table data in an orderly manner, in a sorting order, ascending or descending order. To make our table ascending or descending, we can use the order by clause. Order by clause is always used with the select statement. Select, the syntax of the order by clause is select column names from table name, order by column names ASC or DESC. It describes that the select statement, it selects the number of columns, the names of the columns we want to display on the output screen from table name. From which table we can select these columns that specify from table name. Then we can use the clause order by. Order by. We want to specify the order by clause by a column name. That specifies that the column, which column we specify here, based on that column, the table is arranged as an ascending or descending order. The default of ordered by clause is ascending. If you want to specify as it is a descending order, then we can specify the query DESC here. In one example, in our first example, the book table, if we want to display the book name and price from the book table, order by price ascending order. If we want to display the book names and the price of the books in an output window with the price of the books are in an ascending order. The query of this output is select book name comma price from books. From books table we want to display the book name and the price. The condition is order by. It is displayed as the ascending order with the price value. Based on the price value, the output is in ascending order. If we want to display the data in descending order, then we can just change ascending order as DESC. Okay. Then in another example, select book name, number of pages from books. We want to display from the book table the book's name and the number of pages, the name of the book and the number of pages in that book. Order by number of pages. Based on the number of pages column, we want to display the data in descending order. So we specify here the term DESC. It specifies that the table is in descending order based on the number of pages. The next clause is SQL Group by clause. Group by clause is used for grouping the particular data from a table based on some special values, some common values. Based on some common values, all the data in the table is grouped into one or two groups based on some special values or common values. We can use group by clause to group the data inside a table. The syntax of group by clause is select columns. If we want to display more than one column, then specify the column names. From table name, from which table we want to retrieve the data. Where condition, here we use where clause to specify the condition inside the select statement. Then we specify the group by. Group by clause is used to group the data based on some specific condition or specific column value or common value. Here group by based on which column we want to group the data, that specify here. Then order by clause, it's optional, order by column name. If we want to display the group by the result by an ascending or descending order, then we choose order by clause. Then another point is group by clause is always used with some aggregate functions. What is aggregate functions? Aggregate functions are built-in functions inside the SQL query. Here the count aggregate function is used to count the number of entities or number of rows. The max aggregate function is used to find the maximum value. Mean aggregate function is used to find the minimum value. Sum and average. Sum is used to find the total of the numbers. Average is used to find the average of the numbers. These are the aggregate functions used inside the group by clause. For example, select count of book names. If we want to display the number of books, book names, category ID. We want to display the count of book names, the number of book names in a particular category. Then category ID from books, from the book table, group by category ID. In our base table, we have more than category IDs. For example, in our base table, here 3 types of category IDs, 1, 2 and 3. Count of category ID means here the category ID 1 contain only 1 book, category ID 2 contain 3 books, category ID 3 contains 1 book. So based on these conditions, we can use group by clause. Here we want to display count of book names, the number of book names and category ID from the book table, group by category ID. Here category ID 1 contain only 1 book, category ID 2 contain 3 books, category ID 3 contain 1 books. This is the output of the group by clause. Next, SQL having clause. Having clause is similar to where clause, but the simple difference is that from the queries we can use where clause. Here the condition is specified in the where clause. But in some situations, when we use aggregate function or when we use group by query, inside the group by query or inside the aggregate function, we can use where clause. In that situation, instead of where clause, we can use having clause. Having clause is just like where clause, but it's used inside the group by clause or aggregate functions. In that situation, we can use the where clause. In that situation, we compensate the where clause by having clause. Having clause help to access or retrieve data based on some specific condition. The general syntax of having clause is select columns. If you have more than 1 columns, then specify the column names here, from which table we used to retrieve the data, where the condition is specified here. Here the where clause is used. Then group by clause used to group the entire data into simple groups. Then having clause. Having clause is used inside the group clause to specify a specific conditions. Then order by clause, it's optional. Order by clause is used to order the table in ascending or descending order. For example, in our base table, book table, we have book ID, book name, price, number of pages, category ID and language. Here we use a simple query, select count category ID, language. If we want to display the count of category ID and the name of the language from the table books, group by language. Here the term group by language displays that here English language contains 3 books. English language contains 3 books. Hindi language contains 2 books. 2 books. So group by language means English language contains 3 books and Hindi language contains 2 books. Having count category of ID less than 3. So here English language have the category ID 3. So that is not displayed in the output. Only the languages have the category ID less than 3, that is 2. 2 category, the language is Hindi. So the output contains only the Hindi language. So it's a having clause. So these are the mainly used SQL clauses. That first one is where clause, which used to specify a specific condition to display data inside from a table. Next one is order by clause. Order by clause is used to display the data in ascending or descending order. Next one is group by clause. Group by clause is used to group the data from a table based on a common value. Last one is having clause. Having clause is used to specify specific conditions within a group by clause or aggregate functions. It's a substitute the where clause. It's similar to where clause, but having clause always used inside group by clause or aggregate functions. Thank you.